Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. How's it going? We had a big down in the pre-market yesterday. Kind of made a potential bottom, coming back up, but the list still pretty small. Still pretty small. So it's not like, yesterday we had almost like I guess it was over 200 tickers on the list. I build the list every day, gainers and decliners, things going up $2 more in the pre-market, things going down $2 more in the pre-market. Build that list. Quite dominated by decliners yesterday, and today the list is like 31. So not much happening so far. So channel members, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. I did have a question for you all. What do you think about? I know everybody wants more stuff, but 30 minutes of awesome. Quite honestly, it's declining, and we didn't really crack. We never cracked 50 people on the stream yesterday. That was always a kind of a cutoff. So it seems that maybe it's a bad time for people. Maybe people don't want to. Maybe they don't need my analysis anymore. Don't want to make requests. I don't know what it is for everybody. I thought about a couple options. One, discontinuing the show. I know nobody really wants less content, but we could start a channel member only stream for requests some other time during the week. And I wasn't feeling great last night either. So had a very stressful day all day. Anyway, so the show is like, it's not just yesterday that was decline. It's been in decline. So let me know in the chat what you think. And it's not just wrong day after the holiday, Jum. It's been like, we haven't had many people showing up. So it's kind of like one of those things. The highest performance, probably we had 120 people at the, back when it was actually hitting. And that's been like 18 months ago. It's every week it's been less and less people. Typical performance is usually 70 to 100. We used to get 100 people pretty easy. Lately it's been like 70 people the last 3 or 4 months, and yesterday we didn't crack 50. So, I just, but it's not summertime. It's been a constant decline for 18 months. It's like a trend of less and less people. There's no like seasonal variation to it. It's not like it's just nobody's showing up. So it's a bad time for people, period. Like, I guess. Funny enough, on the channel, Tuesdays and Thursdays are turning out to be days that nobody wants to watch. Wednesdays, best day for people to watch. So, the options, change days, or maybe throw it in there some other something. I don't know. Channel member stream still available. I could throw it out there. So, and so I'm just, it does take effort for me to put on these shows, and I was running for an hour and a half. That's why I started trimming it down, like the requests too, because I was spending an hour and a half doing it for less and less people. And despite going longer, we were getting less watch time, less like, and me putting more effort into it. So just being straight up honest with everybody. I'll do a member only stream, no big deal, and y'all can request the crap out of it if you want to. So there you go. And it's not about I will only watch the mornings, or I watch this, or I watch that. Just throwing it out. Just talking to you all, my people, my supporters, my subscribers, my members. So I'm just throwing it out there, telling you all the problem. And it's not like a one person or two people. We went from, we used to actually get almost 300 people pass through the stream, about 100 people be on, 120 people be on constantly. We didn't even crack 100 people watched the whole stream while I was live yesterday. And yes, it was short because there was nobody on it. I didn't feel great, and but nobody was there. So I only want to make content that you want to watch. If 30 minutes of awesome is not a cool idea for everybody, that's the way it is. I am quite busy during the actual trading day, so that's one reason why requests were afterwards, so I could, focus on that. I have publisher obligations during the day. So anyway, there you go. There you go. Anyway, let's look forward at what Goldman Sachs trading desk thinks that might happen in September. So here we are. We're on the third day of September, month where your portfolio's summer vacation is potentially officially over as we look at the end of Q3 and reality comes a knocking like a sledgehammer. No offense, Sledge. Historically, September is when stocks and bonds both decide to take a nosedive together. Kind of like some twisted financial suicide pact. Everything kind of bleeds off. Traders on vacation, trading desks, hedge funds, you name it. Today, we're taking a peek inside the mind of Goldman Sachs top traders to see how they're potentially navigating this brutal month. Spoiler alert. They're kind of warning about carnage while simultaneously pointing out bargains. Classic Wall Street behavior. So the big question at Goldman was about NVIDIA. Is there any discovery value left? Listen to me. I've kind of said that NVIDIA being the big dog, 4.3, 4.2, $4.4 trillion. How much is left on the upside? Law of big numbers. You're the biggest one in the land. You can't really just double. You're not going to double like in any reasonable time frame. The entire software space suffering from AI anxiety, the fear that AI might actually lay everybody off. In fact, you may see the news from Oracle hitting yesterday. They just laid off entire divisions of people, like with no warning, no notice. Even the managers of those divisions didn't even know what was happening till their whole division was laid off, and then they got brought on a call to get told what was going on, and then they got let go. I mean, just thousands of people got let go from Oracle yesterday. Crazy. Didn't make the news. I didn't see it in the news. Anyway, so Goldman pointing out oversold names like AMD, AMAT, Intuit, Snapchat, INTU, SNAP. These are beaten up stocks that have been potentially left for dead at some point. I mean, AMD's been up off the lows, but still beaten down. Buying them, maybe like adopting a stray dog that might be a wolf or might be a cool, Chihuahua, or you don't know because it's so muddy and nasty. It's high risk, high reward. Now, the house always wins, right? I mean, regional banks are the new darlings because Goldman thinks the yield curve is steepening and going to continue to steepen. So banks borrowing cheap, lending expensive, the oldest trick in the book for just creating value for banks. Now, while everybody else chases the regional banks, the big boys getting ignored, like JP Morgan, BlackRock, KKR, they're oversold. It's like everyone's focus is on the hot new restaurant while ignoring the Michelin star steakhouse that's been there for years next door. Healthcare, well, Dr. Goldman's trading desk prescription. Eli Lilly is on a weight loss drug roller coaster. One day, amazing data. Next day, disappointing data. It's like reality TV with billions on the line. And if you invest in it, who knows what's happening. Want to really gamble, though? How about United Therapeutics? That's Uniform, Tango, Hotel, Romeo. Has a binary event in September. And a binary event is Wall Street's polite way of saying it's either going to the moon or it's going down in the dumpster fire fashion. Very expensive coin to flip. And more relaxed kind of look at what's next. Consumer and housing. The American dream, right? Housing stocks had their best August in over 10 years. Because nothing says optimism like 7% mortgages. Wall Street's logic here, don't question it, just invest in it, right? And I don't know if you saw commercial real estate defaults actually hit the highest level ever in July. I told you the reckoning for commercial real estate, it's a coming. We actually just exceeded the great financial crisis levels for commercial real estate defaults, hitting 11.6% in July. That's not good. And it's on a trajectory like this. It's going straight up. So special situations, things that Goldman thinks might actually outperform corporate America's favorite pastimes. Keurig Dr. Pepper. It's buying a European coffee giant. Classic bigger's better move, although that didn't work out for Kraft Heinz, right? And bottom line, September, probably ripe with pitfalls and absolute moonshots. But inside this chaos, there's always opportunity. Goldman Sachs trading desk gave us a kind of roadmap, what they thought was going to happen. Oversold tech stocks, forgotten financial giants, forgotten about. And high stakes healthcare gambles. That might be where it's at. I don't know. When everybody else is panicking, that's your cue to start finding the opportunity. Best deals are usually found in the bargain bin of fear. And, well, watch out for the dumpster fires that are never coming back. So that's kind of what that's the kind of the summary of Goldman Sachs kind of report they put out looking forward into September. Let me know what you think there. We'll see. Yeah. Commercial real estate defaults up. Student loan defaults up. This is a risky situation here. Yeah, Ted, I think the writing's on the wall. Like, despite everybody... did you see the McDonald's CEO's interview on CNBC yesterday? Going off my monologue, I'm done with that. McDonald's CEO was on CNBC. He said, if your family makes more than $100,000, you're probably sitting there A-okay. You're fine. Like our customers that are in that, from $100,000 up, normal behavior. If you're below $100,000, guess what? If you used to come to McDonald's for breakfast, maybe you're eating at home. Maybe you're skipping breakfast altogether. If you, they're saying people that used to come 2 and 3 times a day are now coming 1 time a day below $100,000. If 1 time a day. Sometimes not, sometimes they're skipping days. That bottom segment is the sign that something is cracking. Commercial real estate defaults, student loan defaults, and especially when you look at the student loan defaults are spiking, are doubled in the over 50 crowd. That's older than me. And you're still paying on student loans and you're defaulting. What's up with that? I mean, I paid mine off long ago. I borrowed very minimal money and then paid it off quickly, even though I took graduate classes and all sorts of stuff. Personal responsibility. Some people maybe people believe Biden's going to forgive them, whatever. So let's talk about what we might actually do today to try to make some money. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance, not necessarily indicative of future results. Sound like the market just opened. And this presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instrument, including stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. You might lose money if you trade them. And if you desire personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor. It's not me. I'm not telling you what to do. I'll never message you privately with any kind of side deal that I'll trade for you. Just throwing that out there. Seems like a lot of people getting stuck in that trap, even though I changed my name in Discord. So, yeah. I mean, David, you could say that, but a lot of people eat at McDonald's every day. Billions served, as they say on the sign. So it's not, you can be like, oh, it's because of the food. It's not because of the food. It's because of the prices. People can't afford it. That's Uber Eats. Uber drivers saying that things are dying. People have been driving for Uber for 10 years. Are now saying they're having trouble finding rides and finding food to deliver. People are cutting back. A day of reckoning is coming. Day of reckoning is coming. And we could break down and go even bigger down. I don't know if it's today. I don't know. I mean, it's not going to be today, probably. It's not going to be tomorrow, probably. Maybe next week. Maybe next month. We could be making the top. I've kind of showed off this chart before. Yeah, we spiked up. spike down, making new highs. We're likely to come on out to 55.62 at least. Now that we've cleared 63.64 and we back tested it yesterday. Can we take this puppy higher? Do we hit the target? Do we exceed it slightly? That's what we're watching for. Futures up pretty good overnight. Still down for the week. Bouncing off the 15-minute. Can we hold it? Can we hold it? Can we hold it? That is the question. If we stay up, long as we stay above, probably going higher. New all-time highs in the cards. Yesterday we held a higher low, barely, but we held it. Breaking up through. That's all we needed. All we really needed. So, yeah, Google confirmed manager layoffs. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, cut about 35%. Yeah. This is, so Goose isn't here, but this is one of the things I told Goose. If we start seeing big layoffs day after day, yeah, this is one of the signs I saw. It was a stark, I remember this very clearly. This happened in the dot-com bubble. This happened in the great financial crisis. We started seeing massive layoffs get announced several days in a row, or, at least several weeks in a row, these massive layoffs of people over and over. That was one of the final signs. I remember it very clearly both times. Like, this stuck in my head very clearly as something that happened. The first time I was like, oh. Then when it happened in the great financial crisis, I was like, I've seen this before. And then now it's happening again. It's like third time, like, this is a warning sign. This is one of those things nobody talks about. But massive layoffs happening, getting announced. That's a big warning sign. Doesn't matter what the stock market's doing. It's a warning sign that when the final straw hits, everything breaks down. So have a plan, be prepared. Where do you GTFO? As you get the fudge out, everybody's coming over, gonna have a party. Just be ready. It's not today, but you gotta have your level, all right? And you gotta update it as we go higher. If we hit that big upside there, be careful. Oh, cool. I just had a trade workout. Check this out. I built something new. I want to show this off. I'm not going to sell it for a while. If you're a Termite Trading Lab member, you've already got access to it. I'm going to show this off, though. Check this out right here. Mark is red. That looks like. So this one came out yesterday afternoon. I took this trade. I took this trade right here, too. Right here. This is the one that just worked out. I'm building this new thing. It actually tells you how to build a spread right here automatically. Tells you the number of contracts if you want $1,000 risk. This one worked out too, but this one just now closed out for profit. This one I took 16 contracts, you see right there. Check this out. I took that one right there, 16 contracts. In at 35, out at 17. I got in a little behind the, it found 41 cents when the alert fired off. Said get in at 41, out at 20. Potential return, 34% return on risk, $1,000 risk, 16 contracts. I probably had a little more risk since I got less credit, but it's okay. You let me know what you think about that. This thing has a 90% win rate when we back tested it for the first 6 months. And you'd be like, well, that looked like a day trade. It just happened to be one, but pretty smoking hot. Pretty smoking hot. We'll probably, I think it's slated to be tested from now, right here at the beginning of September through the beginning of October with Termite Trading Lab members. So I need you all to post when, if you take the trades, let me know how you do in the channel. We've got the chat channel for it. And then moving forward, sometime in October, I think the 12th is when they're thinking about doing it. It's probably a Sunday. Let me see. Let me look at the calendar. They told me the 12th. Yeah, Sunday the 12th. We'll have a big event and make this available for the public if you want to do it, if you want to get into it, if you want access to everything I do, then join Termite Trading Lab. Links in the description there. So, yeah, they're automated. Yeah, so I took all the feedback from Apollo and Triple Threats and Echo Trades, and this is the next evolution of this whole thing. You'd be like, "Whoa, you keep releasing new stuff." It's kind of the name of the game. Evolve or get left behind. So I've tried to up the win rate, make it a little less fast than Triple Threat, a little faster than Apollo, and try to get the win rate high. So there you go. There you go. That's name of the game. Try to always be evolving. You may not like it, and it's a different time frame. It doesn't run the same time frame as Triple Threat. Doesn't run the same time frame as Apollo. It's a different. I actually changed the algorithm code. It actually has its own algorithm for those that wonder. You see, it's right here. Apollo ACS, which is automated credit spread. So I actually created a different version of Apollo just for that. There you go. So Termite Trading Lab members, you guys get early access. You're my beta testers. We used to sell beta access, but now I got an insider group that can test it for me. So no need to do a beta sell. So you want to test it, you know what to do. Fill out the form in the description down below. You can't catch no fish. You ain't got no baits in the water. That's we went fishing with a deep sea. We went deep sea fishing with a guy, and the first mate, the guy that ran around, fixing the lines and retying hooks and getting baits on the hooks and stuff. He was like, after we'd reel one in, he'd be like, we'd be sitting there a minute, and he goes, "Oh no, we can't catch no fish, and we ain't got no baits in the water." And he'd run around getting all the baits set back up so we could troll for more big fish. That's been years ago. Happy birthday to my oldest today. Turned a ripe old 26. Everybody says I don't look old enough to have a 26-year-old. Whatever. As warned about, oil potentially going down. Watch out for that one. Right there. 27, 26, 27. I don't know. Whatever. I was trying to make it so they didn't know her birthday. Gosh. Kimberly's out there telling exactly when she was born. Anyway, gold taking off. This is a dangerous pattern. We've seen this before. When it goes straight up, you know what happens. Sometime in the future, we're coming right back down. But is it from here? 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 Going straight up. And Kimberly's going to tell all her personal information. I guess I'll get to pay the bill when her identity gets stolen because I blabbed it all on YouTube. Anyway. So Bitcoin came down to the roadmap line as we kind of speculated it might. We didn't quite backtest this downtrend of highs. I'll take this as the bottom. Let's move higher from here. Let's do it. Poking through this downtrend of highs. Looks good to me. Might run out of steam and backtest before we can go on up. So none of these pullbacks, none of these ones we did before, like this is the lowest low, so none of these give us any projections anymore. So we got to wait for the next bounce. Like even this one back here doesn't give us any projection anymore. We avoided that by coming down here. So we've got to get, the big uptrend here. And be like, well, we got the pullback and we potentially get continuation. And you can run off. And this is where it gets a little sketchy because technically this was the high. Even though this poked higher, this is the end of the first move. This was a big correction. WXY probably. And next move higher would put us right up here, 125 to 127. And that could be it. Like, that could be as high as we go. Really could. That could be the final move. We're getting into the time frame. I thought we would top early October. Things could get spicy in crypto over the next month and a half. Be careful out there. Don't get too caught up in a number that we have to hit. I thought we would, years ago, 2022, I predicted we'd hit 150,000 on this move. Maybe we come up shy. We might be a bummer. How did I come up with that number? For those of you that maybe weren't with me back then, we picked you up along the way. It's pretty simple. It's like rudimentary, but pretty simple. That low right there, I didn't click exactly on it because I don't have the magnet tool. That number right there, typically, on every big pullback, the Bitcoin pulled back 78% or whatever down to this low right here. Typically, Bitcoin does a 10x to 20x move higher every time. 10x move higher, move that comma over. That's 157,000. Target. Right there. That's where it came from. Once we made that bottom, how do you know that was the bottom? Well, sometimes I get lucky on these things. I think maybe that was the actual low right there, 156. So 156 was my target, and we're darn close to it. We could spike it. Still entirely possible. That's why this bubble's been here for a long time. Now, if things got spicy, 20x is 320,000. But it just doesn't seem like we're going to do that right now. Law of big numbers and all that stuff. So don't get hung up on that number. If price goes exponential, we're looking at the end game here. It could go into a multi-month correction and spike again before it's done, but this party's probably getting near the end on Bitcoin. Hate to say it, but it's been a wild ride. We've come a long way. Probably getting near the end. So have your exit plan in place. Where do you want to book your profits? If you're riding in for the next cycle, that's cool too. Lots of dynamics playing out, lots of new things. We didn't have ETFs. We didn't have companies called Bitcoin treasuries. They're soaking it up. But 71% of all the Bitcoin is still held by private individuals. If those people want a GTFO, supply is high, much higher than what ETFs and treasuries are willing to absorb right now. Supply goes higher. And when supply's up, prices go down. So just be careful. Ethereum, holding on to the potential to pop. Barely. Stepped a toe across the danger sand there. Fired off my alert. Got me nervous. and then reversed quickly. First sign we're going higher is a break back above this level, right around 4,600. Next, right up here, new high. The bear, the worst expectation, if we break those two levels, I expect us to get continuation to 5,500. We could fail we could fail right in here, but that'd be a bummer. But 5,500, 5,800 would be better. And if we're actually going to do like a blow off finality move, we'll probably get all the way up to 6,200 in here. Something will shoot up here, probably run out of steam, get a pullback, and then we'll go for the final move. And the final move may make it up here where all these fib lines kind of come together around 74, 7,500. But we could run out of steam anywhere between there. So this is like a moonshot, like talking about the moonshot potential opportunities here. If that played out, we're looking at like a 70% upside on Ethereum itself. That wouldn't be too shabby right there. Not too shabby at all. NKD. Watch out for return to the box. I swear I extended that box yesterday. Save it in here. We're back below last summer's high. Watch out for return to the box. Dollar. Still churning. This thing like died. Heard all this rhetoric about the risks and the dollar plummeting, and look, it's been in this tight range for almost since the beginning of August. I guess right there was the beginning of August. So yeah, it's been in the tight range for a month. That's a tight range compared to what we've been doing. There's no big anything. Nothing has happened with the dollar in a month. No big spikes, no big drops. We are off of the high that we recently had, but I mean, it's been in a decline since back here. Oh no, tariffs. Nobody wants to be in the dollar. This is probably going to spike down here. If we spike there, that's 3 up, 3 down potential. If we cruise on down here to 95.6, might bounce and get a finality move on lower. Mid to low 90s is where I thought we would bottom out for a long time. Long time, all the way back here in 2023. So we'll see what happens. Oh no! Yeah, David. Oh no, Mr. Bill. Apple spiking today on, I guess, the prospects of new iPhones. Getting, Apple faces weak iPhone demand, but they got the new one coming out like 8 days, 9 days, 10 days. I don't know. Next week. Somewhere right here. Is it going to spike it, or is it going to be disappointing? Oh no, we made iPhones that are so good they last for 10 years. I'm on. I bought my last Samsung phone in early 2020 before the pandemic. Still got the same one. The bag peels off of it now, but it's not waterproof anymore. Wireless charging quit. But not really an inconvenience for me. Camera's still dang good. All the channel members, all those food pictures I post, those are all taken with my Samsung phone. That right there. Just consolidating. Google. Look at that. Targets. I told y'all. There we go. Be careful. Next target up, 265. Once we poked above, I was like 219 at least. There's 230. Next target up, 263. Be careful out there. Probably going, if I was betting, I'd bet on a retrace, but we could just go lifting off right there. Defying gravity. Let me take that one off finally. Meta. Well, the more time we spend down here under that prior high, or the prior highs, the more time it looks like we're going to, the more it convinces we're going to drop to the roadmap line before we look for support. Now, if we just break on out, probably going to cruise on up to 840 area. Microsoft down 35 cents. Throw the can on the ground. If you haven't watched Big Daddy, that's I was talking about that yesterday. For whatever reason, that stuck in my mind. I guess Kimberly said something about the I win over the weekend, and got it stuck in my head. Right there. Dropping out. So Microsoft support levels, this level right here, this level right here. If we bounce down, can come up. We missed actually hitting that, even though we got really close on the last earnings. Then support below this level is right here, and we might bounce. But if we get below that, we can go down again for another deeper retrace. We already did the 3-wave down thing that I've been talking about on the other Mag 7s. This one did it. Yeah, most of the rest of them did not. This was a ABC correction. Absolutely beautiful. Nice proportions. And then that shot us up 62% to the high right there. We haven't been able to get any motivation back into it. NVIDIA kind of did the same big correction and then shot up 100% basically. From 87 to 177. We're grinding in here, retesting that fib line. Can we take it higher? We already talked about that. The fact that if we pop $50 higher, we were talking about this yesterday, $50 higher. Insane numbers. Right? Absolute insane numbers, like $1 trillion, more than $1 trillion. Like, how do you know it's more than $1 trillion? It comes from the market cap. We've talked about this. I want everybody to get this through everybody's head. When you have 24 billion shares, a dollar move in your stock price is $24 billion. That's how much money flowing around the market to move NVIDIA. $24.4 billion. When you have tons of shares, billions of shares, it's a calming effect on your stock price. Because it takes billions of dollars to move that a dollar. $24 billion. Almost, $24.4 billion to move this a dollar. Like, well, that's not true. It is true. All right. The market cap of NVIDIA goes up by $24 billion for every dollar. Every dollar NVIDIA moves, this goes up $24 billion when it goes up and $24 billion down when it goes down. So to make a $50 move in the stock price times 24.4 billion shares equals trillions. We're looking at trillions. So those numbers get big. A lot of big numbers, big stuff, has a hard time moving. Gold's moving. Yeah. That's crazy too. But that's worldwide. So just be careful. Market cap of the world, 173 trillion. There's money out there. It can flow into gold, can flow into Nvidia, can flow into Microsoft, can flow, and it can flow. It's just easier to double something that's down here. Much easier to double something down here. 500 billion for a $10 move on, or $20 move on Nvidia, we could double Netflix, double ExxonMobil, double Johnson Johnson, double Costco, double Home Depot, even double Palantir. Wait, what was that? What did I see down here? Platinum. Oh, look at that. Platinum jumping up on the list. That's interesting. Platinum, an up and comer. I've been thinking Platinum was. Oh yeah, look at that. Target on this baby's up here, 160, 170. Tesla, for whatever reason, everybody wants to know what Tesla's going to do. We're doing nothing here. We did back test yesterday. As long as we hold this big support area, as long as this holds, probably going up. Target's right up here around 460, 450, 460. If we break down, 270 is where we're probably going down to test. We'll see what happens down there. Netflix probably going to drop out to the roadmap line. We did it before back here. Probably going to do it again. Could take a month or two to do it. Google biggest gainer. The Google Class C shares. It's hitting targets. Be careful. Pullback would not surprise me. ASML still working on a potential bounce. This has, even if this is just a correction in a downtrend, and we continue the downtrend here, this has potential to pop up to this, back to that $1,000 area. Right now we have this move up. We did this move up. We did this retrace. We did this move up. We did this retrace. Continuation puts us right up here about 1,000, and then we can still go down. GGLO, Google 2x long, boom. Reddit, churning in here. Went 269, still the upside target. ATHU, leveraged REVG. Yeah, be careful. That's get a little far away from the roadmap line. They tend to come back to normal. LEU, probably going to spike down. Let's go look at the stuff set up today. That's the wrong one. ASX. We need the New York Stock Exchange version. I just love how there's multiple tickers and TradingView doesn't just load the US. There should be a button to like load the US tickers, right? Check that box. $10.93. Band width. Here's the high. Here's the low. If this pattern and this roadmap line are unfamiliar to you, guess what? You can go to the channel homepage, click on my little logo right underneath me, go to the channel homepage, watch the video, give you the code for this roadmap line right here, this baby. Give you the code for that, teach you how it works. We get a pullback, come back up through, get a close above the 618, and target is 1702. BNO. Here's the high, here's the low. Closed above, 32.97. Actually, you can turn on the, that's cool. Turn it on, see what the performance is. Overview, 81%. Look at this, baby. Only 11 trades, though. 81, 1.3. Let's check out the band. 475. And 6. Grab that one. 1788. And none of those matter. Here's another one on Murphy oil. Is that Murphy's oil soap? No, it's just Murphy oil and gas. There's the pop. And there's the entry. And there's the potential 2806 target. Ferrari coming back up again. Target at 531. Already been watching it. Finally kicked off the entry. And WTBA. Grab the high, grab the low. There's the target. 22.34 right there. Good job, Aki. Glad that worked out for you. Glad it worked out. All right, everybody. Bias for the day. Return higher. Things to watch. 15-minute roadmap line. We came back up to it. So the cash index still technically below it. And we still go lower. This was a 3-wave. Be careful. We need a 4-5 and then a retrace before we can go new all-time high. So this might retrace a little bit. We're probably getting close, around 64.25. It's the lowest I really want to see it go. We may already be done retracing. It's entirely possible here. Then the finality move for this 5 up, probably somewhere right here. Then a retrace, probably back to the 15-minute roadmap line. Coming across. And then next move higher. That's what I'm watching for, right there. Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'll be on the Market Master show with Jack Carter today. And that happens at 11:30. prosperitypub.com/marketmasters with capitals. If you want to register for SMS reminder when we go live, I can throw that link in the chat. Grab that baby right here. Give you an SMS reminder right there. Sign up for SMS reminder every time we do the Market Master show. You can come visit us. We talk trades, we talk opportunities, we talk about my 50K challenge account quite a bit. Look at that profit factor. Ooh, baby. Might be something to what I'm doing right there. I talk about, those market roadmap trades, profit factor greater than 2. That's greater than 2 right there. Just keep doing that. Every dollar I lose, I make 18 bucks almost. Not too shabby. Have a great day, everybody.